Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached week 12 of this unpredictable season, and on Thanksgiving night, the 6-4 Buffalo Bills take on the 5-5 New Orleans Saints. In today's video, I break down this matchup and the panel gives their predictions. But before I get to that, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Now, onto the video. The New Orleans Saints are coming off a disappointing loss to the Eagles, and they're hoping to rebound. Their offense was stifled for much of the game until, of course, the fourth quarter when they finally realized the game was happening. Quarterback Trevor Siemian went 22 for 40 for 214 yards, throwing for 3 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. He struggled for the most part on Sunday, and many fans found it surprising for him to be getting playing time over Taysom Hill. On the ground, Mark Ingram did well, rushing 16 times for 88 yards and getting 1 touchdown. The Saints receivers didn't do very much until the end of the game, with Traquan Smith getting the most yards on the day with 64. This offense, whether it be with Siemian or Hill under center, will hope to play better football earlier in the game. They'll be facing off against a bruised and battered Bills defense. Just when I thought that this unit was getting legit, they threw my assumptions up into the air, stomped on them, and then promptly crapped on them. They gave up 41 points in the game and let Colts running back Jonathan Taylor rush for 185 yards and score 5 touchdowns. They seemed overmatched from the beginning. The Colts were able to get 370 total yards on offense, gain 28 first downs, and have a third down conversion rate of 66.7. That's 2/3 of their third down tries going good. The Bills are hoping that defensive tackle Sterling Tulele can make his return to shore up that horrid run defense, and they are also hoping to keep the penalties to a minimum, something that they haven't been able to do for a couple games now. They'll need to rebound in a must-win game against the New Orleans Saints on Thursday. The other half of the Bills is their underperforming offense. On Sunday, turnovers killed this unit, with Bills quarterbacks throwing 3 interceptions on Sunday. Josh Allen was terrible, throwing 21 for 35 for 209 yards. He received little protection from his offensive line and could get no help from his running game during the rainy game. Speaking of the running game, it has been putrid this season. However, when Matt Breida is in the game, that facet of attack got much better. Breida rushed 5 times for 51 yards, which is pretty good. But he only rushed 5 times, which is head-scratching from an outsider like me. He should be rushing a little bit more, shouldn't he? The only Bills receiver who had a good game was tight end Dawson Knox, who had 6 catches for 80 yards. This unit needs to be cleaning up its turnovers and execution really fast. Otherwise, they'll be up against the grind against this decent Saints defense. The Saints have the top 3 rush defense in the NFL so far this season, yet on Sunday they got killed on the ground. The Eagles got a total of 242 rushing yards, and overall, this unit was gashed for much of the game. Their performance was strange, mainly because it's been above average for this entire season. Guys like Cam Jordan, who had a sack on Sunday, Marcus Davenport, who continues to have a solid season now with a total of 5.5 sacks, and the vet Malcolm Jenkins have all been able to make this team somewhat competitive in what many called a lost season, especially after Jameis Winston went down with an injury. This is a must-win game for the Saints as well, who cannot afford to fall below 500 and give their slim playoff chances another big setback. So, with all of that out of the way, here is what our BSC panel is predicting for this Week 12 matchup.
Corners, keep an eye on Marcel Lattimore and Ken Crawley. On the toss, here's McCoy, picks up a first down and more. LaShawn McCoy still going, finally tackled at the Saints' 30-yard line.